Hey guys, it's DeepWave Face here once again, and welcome back to Endless Grades. And most of the new players were asking what are the best heroes to build as a beginner for this game. So these are currently my suggested heroes, guys, and this is based on my experience in playing the game for almost 1 month. So anyway, let's proceed. So guys, currently in the game, we have here 6 factions and 4 classes. And these factions are Earth, we have here also Water, Fire, Poison, Light, and Dark. And the 4 classes are, we have here Melee, Assassins, Mage, and Priest or Support. So as a beginner, we have only here to select a few heroes, and that would be 8 heroes that I would suggest. So let's go into this, and this would be in any order. So number 1 guys, that would be Delia. So Delia here, by checking the skills, at level 1 we have here attack 2 random enemies twice, dealing 88 and 108% damage. Inflict the poison damage on the targets equal to 10% of their max HP for 2 rounds. Actually guys, Delia is a very versatile hero that can be used in almost all game modes. So she is one of the best heroes to use and to build in this game. She can deal intense damage guys, especially on the bosses and also on stage clearing, and can be considered as a great hero too in a PvP. Next guys, that would be Sophia. Although Sophia is also known as the Glow Priest, but she is not actually a priest. She is a mage. And if you will check her skill, at level 1, it deals 205% attack damage to 2 random monster enemies, and additionally inflicts damage equal to 200% of the target's attack and not subject to reduced damage or armor mitigation, and not exceeding 500% of Sophia's attack. So actually, Sophia, just like Delia, she is very versatile also in stage clearing, that can be used also in boss hunts, in guild boss, and also in Xeno boss, and can be used and very decent in PvP. So that is why Sophia is one of the best heroes to use early in the game up to maybe in the end game. The third hero, that would be Evelyn guys. She is also known as the Frost Witch and a mage also. So by checking here the skills of Evelyn, it randomly attacks 4 enemies dealing 200%, 180, 160, and 140% attack damage respectively, with a 60%, 30%, 20, and 10% chance to stun the targets for 2 rounds. So Evelyn is very decent to use in a PvP and also in stage clearing, and can be used also in those infinite towers. So that is why Evelyn is one of the best mages here to use in the game. Because of this AoE damage guys, together with these stun effects, Evelyn is sometimes called the goddess of crowd control. Next, that would be Dracula guys, and Dracula is an assassin also known as the Bloodthirsty Count. And by checking here the skill, it deals 280% attack damage, and this is a perfect hit to a random enemy and increases its own dodge by 25% for 1 round, and casts life drain on the targets lasting until the end of the next round. So this life drain absorbs 10% of the target's HP at the start of the round, and this is not stackable and cannot be purified. Absorption is capped at 500% of a self-attack. So this Dracula guys can be used in a certain game modes. Like for example, in the stage clearing, he can be used at the center as a tank, and also in bosses, this Dracula can be a great tank also. And sometimes in PvP, Dracula works best together with mage heroes. Our next hero, that would be Lilian guys. So Lilian is also known as Clear Heart, and she is a priest. So by checking here the skills of Lilian, we have here at level 1, deals 160% of attack damage to 4 random enemies, and continuously restore damages 100% attack as HP to all allies for 6 rounds. And these 6 rounds guys is the best skill description for this Lilian. And we have here also, when own HP is below 50%, increases allies attack by 10% and crit damage by 20% for 3 rounds, and this can only trigger once. this would be the talent effect 5 for Lilian if you made this Lilian to +7, guys. And we have here also some decent talents of Lilian, guys. That is use heal effect +20%. Normal attack increases by own attack by 10% for 3 rounds. So Lilian, guys, can be used in almost all game modes, and seldom she can be used also in clearing those bosses. Next, guys, that would be Lilith, also known as the Succubus. And if you will check here the skills of Lilith, it attacks 2 random enemies, dealing 180% attack damage, and applies deterrence 1 to all targets for 3 rounds. And this deterrence heals the targets for 200% of attack before releasing the skill and cannot stack or disperse. So we have here also, guys, this talent 5, and when allies HP is below 40%, immediately performing healing and restoring 15% of HP. Actually, guys, this Lilith is a mage, but her skills here are healing skills. We have here also, when attacked, there is a 35% chance to apply deterrence to the attacker for 3 rounds. And we have here also burn damage to all targets for 2 rounds, guys. And that deterrence is also a healing effect. It heals targets first before releasing her skill. So if you want a full mage formation, you can use this Lilith also as a support mage. Our 7th hero, guys, that would be the Saga, also known as the Phonologist, and she is a priest. So by checking here the skills of the Saga, it says here attacks all enemies, dealing 500 over the number of total attack targets. So for example, if you have 5 enemies, that would be 500 divided by 5, and that would be 100% for each enemy. If there are 2 enemies, then 500 divided by 2, that would be 250% per enemy. Attack damage is divided by the number of targets, it says here, and restores 82% of attack as HP to allies for 6 rounds, and increases reduced damage by 10% for 3 rounds. So this is the best skill, guys. This is the best skill description. That would be 6 rounds and reduced damage by 10% for 3 rounds. And we have here also, when defeated, it increases holy damage of 2 allies by 20% for 3 rounds. And we have here also some decent skills or talents on this Saga. Like for example, on this talent 2, when an ally HP is below 40% for the first time, it continuously restores 160% of attack as HP to all allies for 3 rounds. So this is a very decent support, guys, that can be used in a PvP, PvE, stage clearing, and towers. She is like Delia too, that can be used in almost all game modes and seldom used in bosses, guys. Okay, next, our last hero, guys, that would be Solo, also known as the Chaos Guitarist, and she is a priest. Solo is just a simple hero, guys, but she is a very, very important character in the game. So by checking here the skills, at level 1, attacks the enemy at the front row 3 times, dealing 60, 80% and 100% attack damage. Additionally, inflicts 8% maim effect on the target, and this maim, guys, it reduces the damage of the target and deals with the next basic attack or skills up to a maximum reduction of 60%. So that is her skill. But actually, the best skill or talent for Solo is that on this talent 3. So this talent 3 says that when an ally's HP is below 30%, applies 2 rounds shallow grave, allowing them to retain 1 HP when facing fatal damage, and can trigger up to 2 times per battle. So actually, your heroes won't die here. So this is one, and if you will upgrade Solo to +7, we can unlock here the talent 5, in which when defeated, it applies 2 rounds of shallow grave to an ally with the lowest HP and can trigger only once per battle. It means here if Solo is defeated. So guys, those were the top 8 heroes that I suggest for beginners, and if you have some questions and clarifications, you can comment down below. And you can also join my Discord, guys. I put the link on the description. So guys, currently I am at stage 895 and some players were asking if I am really a free-to-play. So this is the proof guys. We have here at the upper right corner of our screen this first purchase. And if you will click this, I have still these gifts guys. Okay, it says here spend any amount to be rewarded. So guys, anyway, thank you for watching and see you again next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell icon. Bye-bye.